So I thought this was kind of a cool light to do a video in. Everything else is dark, but got the light from the window coming in, emphasizing my face. I don't know, I thought it was kind of a cool effect. But let's talk about internet marketing today, online marketing. It's difficult. I'm just going to put it that way. It is hard. You're not going to strain a muscle, like a bicep or something, trying to do it. You're not going to get big muscles from all the hard physical work you're doing from it, far from it. But you could end up straining your brain, burning out that way, trying to figure stuff out. And if you're not focused in a specific direction, you're just going to be frustrated all over the map. You don't know what to do next. It's difficult. If you look at studies, some experts have done studies on this, and they found that over 90% of people who start in online marketing fail. Just over a period of time, they outright fail. I'm going to hazard a guess and say it's a little bit higher. I'm going to say it's closer to the 92 to 95%, because that's just the way it works. People start, they don't understand what they're getting into completely. They have this dream, which is awesome, by the way, because a lot of people don't even have that dream. But they set their expectations a little bit too high to start with, not realizing that when you come into this industry that there's a massive learning curve for most of us. I know when my wife and I started, we had zero experience with online marketing. We had no skills to speak of. I knew how to use a computer. I knew how to use basic stuff on the internet. I've been around since the days when it first started, so I was familiar with it, but I didn't realize that, excuse me, that there's a whole nother skill set that goes along the marketing side. There's so much to learn. There's a specific mindset that you need to have. You have to continually work on your personal development in order to succeed. These were things that I didn't know. But as I got into it, persistent, I started to learn them, and that actually made things a little bit easier. Now, there was another study done that I can't remember the exact percentage, but most people that start up a business blog, that getting into online marketing, fail within the first 90 days. It's either abandoned completely, done nothing with it, or it's updated so irregularly that it just does nothing for them. So these are all major factors to take into consideration before you start going into something. So now you take the platform that we use, the Empower Network. As you go through it, you realize that all these factors are taken into consideration. And still, even though there's more successful people with internet marketing in Empower Network, it's actually raised those percentages when compared to the rest of the industry before then. It's still a low percentage that actually push through enough to make a substantial income. It's still the top 5% are doing really extremely well. But I think, my personal opinion is that maybe people aren't disciplined enough. Maybe we're taught right away to get in touch with what our why is. Why are we doing this? And let that drive you and let that motivate you. But I think maybe most people are just like, I want to make some money. And that's not a clear enough vision for what you need to be able to push you through those 90 days. So if you've been over on our Facebook page, which chances are you're probably watching this on there, what we're doing as we grow and as we learn, we actually provide the tools and the resources and things that we've learned to be able to help us get through that first 90 days and to be able to keep plugging along, keep growing, keep personally developing, keep changing our mindset. We do that, we record them in videos, we do blog posts, and we put them out there so other people can find them, can listen to them, can watch them, can use those tools to help with that mindset. Because sometimes after you've been in something a while, you forget what it's like when you first started. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but I know some people are. But this is what we're trying to accomplish, is to be able to say, hey, no, just keep on, keep doing this. You can do this. You just got to break through a couple of barriers, push out that 90 days, keep at it steadily, and you're going to start seeing results, and then it's going to start building on itself. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing, and then you're going to see some pretty amazing things happen. But you got to stick out those 90 days. You do. That seems to be the average. That 90 days, excuse me, that 90 days is either going to make you or break you. So this comes into another concept here that you really have to be in touch with, is being in touch with your company's or your business's do versus is. Do you know what your do versus is? What is it that your company does versus what your company is? So we know when we first start off, what we want our company to do is make money. Obviously, that's why people get into business, to make money. I mean, that's just the natural thing. That's what a company does. But what is it? Because when you can get in touch with what your company is or who you are, as opposed to what you do, grow who you are, provide value, provide content, help other people grow by what you are, then you can get into developing what it is that your business does in the sales, in making a cash flow, creating that cash flow coming in. So you really got to stop and consider what the do versus is. It's all about mindset. It's all about personal development. It's all about that training. And we're working hard to provide those things right here on this site and over at our blog, our Empower blog. You can find it in the link in the about description. And these are the things that you'll learn. But when you join my team, when you join Empower Network, when you join Prosperity Team, stick it out for the 90 days. Follow along with the masterminds. Follow along with the done-for-you content. Follow along with everything that the leaders within our team are telling you. Because they're doing that for a reason. They know it's hard. They could be doing other stuff. They could be making a ton of money pursuing their own thing. But they're trying to provide something that each one of us can duplicate. And when we create our success, it benefits them. It benefits the whole team as a group. So it's something you really want to consider. So whenever I say, hey, join me, there's a lot more to it, and I really do want you to stop and consider all the facts. Realize there is a high failure rate, but there is also a success rate. And if you push hard enough, and if you try hard enough, if you're determined enough, you can be that percentage that has that tremendous success. As Dave Wood says, the ones that you'll meet on the beaches of the world. Now that's a great, clear vision to have in mind. So what do you need to do? You need to do whatever it takes. You need to stop focusing on failures in the past. You need to look at them and say, hey, what's the lesson that I learned from it? How can I implement this so that I can do even better the next time it comes up? A lot of things like that. Always look forward to the future. Don't dwell on the past. When a problem arises, and they will, we're going to have one problem after another, and those will come with breaks of crises. But how we deal with them determines whether we succeed or fail. So always ask, how can I do this? How can I do this? This other problem comes up, how can I solve this problem? How can I make this work? And it puts you into a positive mindset. It puts you into a prosperity consciousness as opposed to a scarcity consciousness. So now I know we've covered a lot of stuff in this video, kind of went over a bunch of things, but it's all very valid. You're going to face these things within the next 90 days, but I encourage you to stick it out. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how dark you think it is. You're going to wake up some mornings, you're going to think, I just can't do this, I can't go on, what am I doing? Why haven't I made any money yet? Why is nobody responding to the ads I put out? Why is nobody responding to the videos? It's going to happen. But keep doing it. Get into your routine. Do things every day and just be patient. Because as long as you're doing the things that the leaders say will make money, you're going to see some money starting to come in. You're going to see things change around. So stick it out for the next 90 days. Don't look back from now to this video and think, oh, I could have started 90 days ago and I could be here now. I'll just get started now and I'll work along with you for those next 90 days because I want to see you succeed. That's why we set up our mindset and personal development page. We want to see you succeed. We want to see the changes that you make in your life. We want to see you be able to inspire others, just like I hope our example is inspiring you. So awesome. Glad to be able to talk to you. I'm glad you let me rant a little bit here, cover a few things. I really enjoy doing these videos and talking to you. So until the next video, I'll talk to you again soon.